Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to give you my review of Madden 21. Now, Madden 21 is a conflicting game. If you've been following me long enough, you know I am an advocate for Madden. Big pusher for Madden. You know, a lot of people it's not until I start talking to Seth that I realize a lot of people in the gaming community hate Madden. They hate the area Madden stands on. Some people don't even consider it a real game. Some people just there's all kinds of things thrown at Madden. And I've talked about this before. I think I've talked about this before. I've reviewed Madden every year since I've started my channel. So I've already talked about this before. But this year's Madden in particular has really what's the word I'm looking for? Tested my faith. In a sense that this year's Madden's the first time that I remember actually legitimately kind of being like, okay, this is a step back. This year's Madden, generally speaking, is a step back. Now, I don't think it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I still think it's still a good. It's still Madden. It's still good to a degree, but there are just certain things in the game that they changed and that don't work as well as they used to work. And there's certain things for instance, I'm not the biggest fan of the way they changed the pass rushing system. They do this thing with the stick, and I just think it's a little. I think the hitting the A or hitting the X button actually worked a lot better. I thought it was a little bit more. It worked easier, and I thought that was a good decision. But they kind of changed that up too. The linebackers have progressively gotten not worse, but like they've kind of dwarfed them because on Madden. Granted, I get why they did. In Madden 19, you could if you had a good enough middle linebacker, say if you had Bobby Wagner, you could just cover the middle of the field by yourself. You could and you jump up high and pick the ball off. Like if you had somebody like a Bobby Wagner or an athletic middle linebacker, there was just nothing you could do. You might as well not even throw it in the middle of the field. And in last year's Madden, they kind of bumped it down to where, you can't jump up super high and pick it off anymore, but you still could cover the middle of the field. Sure, maybe you couldn't pick everything, but you could still cover everything, basically. You could cover like two positions. You can kind of waze yourself between two positions, and you could do things. But this year's, They added the momentum thing that they implemented last year to the running backs when you're running to the sideline, and you got momentum and you might just carry you out of bounds and you're not even be able to get up the field. They added that to the linebackers and the linemen. Just really the linebackers and the DBs, where if you start going in one direction, unlike years prior where you could just stop on a dime and cut back, though they have this weird momentum system, so if you start going this way, I don't care how fast you're moving. I don't care if you're even hitting the sprint button. If you start going this way, next thing you know, you're just like, whoop, and then they just throw it behind you. You can't turn around. You're already committed. And to a degree, I like that because it makes you have to think a lot harder. But to another degree, it was always that's the reason I even got a Bobby Wagner or an elite linebacker. I always made sure to get an elite a linebacker or something so that I could cover ground. And I would get that's what I'm doing. I have a strategy to Maddening that's worked for years now, especially fantasy draft, but I have a strategy that has worked for years now. I know how to win with a bad team. I know how to take my best pieces and be like, okay, I'm going to put you here and there. But when you make it even harder for me, when you add in that momentum thing, it's a killer. Especially since they've sort of gotten rid of it for the actual, the one improvement I will say is they did fix that. No longer, when you throw it to the side, when you throw it to the running back on the side or throw it near the sideline or try to throw it out route, they don't run out of bounds anymore. You actually can stop and get up the field. And they implemented, they actually put something in the game, a stat in the game that I thought should have been in the game for a long time, but they finally put it in. There was this change of direction. So if you got someone like a Tyreek Hill or something like that who's changing directions very high, you can literally, the momentum thing doesn't work for them. The better your change of direction is, the better you can kind of do that. You kind of just go, whoop. You can kind of just and just go. And changing direction isn't even juking. Changing direction is legit what it sounds like, just changing directions and how quickly you can do it. And if you have someone who can change directions quickly, and it really matters too. If you have someone who can change directions quickly, Because I'm sure people have had it where like you're running this way and you just kind of go, oh, it's open there, and then you try to turn and then they snatch you. Got a guy with a great change direction. You could go whoop and just go. Because I did that. Like first game I played, I did that with Christian McCaffrey, and I was like whoop. I was like whoop, nope, going right this way, and it scored a touchdown. It is. I will say the game is less smooth. The one thing I've always given Madden is that since 2015, it has progressively been getting smoother and smoother and smoother. I would describe Madden as like a peanut butter company or a peanut company, and Madden was a peanut company. And then they decided to start selling peanut butter, and it's like, okay, we're gonna smash this up, and they progressively over time got better at smashing it and making it smoother and smoother and smoother and smoother. And then for some reason this year, like somebody was off. I don't know what they were doing, but like you were just like say you took on a tub of peanut butter and you start eating it, and all of a sudden you start hearing crunches. It's like all of a sudden you got crunchy peanut butter. All of a sudden you got peanut butter with nuts in it, and it's just like, wait a minute, isn't it supposed to be smooth? Like it's still peanut butter, but it's got nuts in it, and it just like it was just really smooth 5 seconds ago. Like, and that's kind of Madden. It's just like this year's Madden 21. It has lumps. Sometimes it lags. Yes, without being online, sometimes it lags. So, like, it does things, man. Like, it lags sometimes. The game, they didn't really change anything with the franchise mode at all. They didn't change anything. Really, nothing is different except, like, and literally, usually I'm able to cut them some slack because they would do something with the gameplay. Like last year when they brought back the little icon things to start making. Last year, they started making the star players play like star players finally, because for years, I would say it's almost no point of even getting a superstar dude unless it's a quarterback, because they play just as good as anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, but this year they actually were able to make, but last year and this year too, still, the superstars feel like superstars. But, you know, it's still a step down. It's a step down. I didn't like the new passing rushing mechanic. The momentum on the linebackers and stuff is a little ridiculous. The fucking, it's just hard to cover the middle of the field in that game. It's pretty much almost impossible unless you really get good at it. I will say one thing. The AI on All Pro is a little bit better, at least as far as I've seen. They typically throw it to the open person. They throw it to like more than before, more than years prior. They throw it to the open person and they throw it away more than they ever have in years prior. The AI is still an idiot. This AI still has moments where it can score a touchdown and it doesn't. It has moments where there's something they could do and it doesn't. Overall, this year's Madden has been not a big step back, but has been a step back. I have to give this year's Madden a 6.5. Honestly, I gotta give it a 6.5. Like I still like playing it. It still has things in it that I like. But as a person who's been playing it for a while, the fact that they haven't changed anything with the franchise mode, the fact that there are multiple things that they had right that they kind of ruined, the fact that the gameplay itself is no longer as smooth as it used to be. It's a little shaky at points. The fact that the whole momentum thing with the linebackers is a little bit much, and it makes it really difficult to even cover. I gotta give it a 6.5. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching the Comic Guy Movie Show. Please really like, subscribe, comment below. What did you feel about the game? Did you have was it a massive letdown for you too? Did you enjoy it? What do you feel? And whatever. Thank you guys for the Comic Guy Movie Show. Please like, subscribe. Have a good one.